Okay, so just to make sure that, to reiterate, just reassure them, let them know that, you know, my time with them is important and that they're important to me. And, just make sure that they receive help with their self-esteem issues going forward if
Hmm.
it's something that I want to pursue long term with them.
Yeah, Layla Hormozy just put out an amazing video on her YouTube channel, right? And she talks about okay, um, Mary Kay, the lady who sold all the makeup and stuff, and all the women like go door to door selling the Mary Kay stuff.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay, Mary Kay said the only thing people want more than sex and money is praise and recognition. And I talk about this in the Dark Past Harem and also the Dark Past. I talk about the power of praise. Sometimes my philosophy is when a woman comes into my life, I try to send her back out into the world better than she was. Not financially, not like I give her money, I give her stuff, but internally, right? So if you really want to make a lasting mark on these women, when they have these talks with you and they say like, "Why do you love me?" Sit them down and honestly express to them why you love them. Let kind of show them what you see in them as well, because sometimes uh, a lot of girls, and more than they like to admit, have really, really, really low self esteem. They just are so unsure of themselves, right? Because it's a man's world and they're women, and they're just no matter how smart, how many followers she has on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. A lot of these girls are still very unsure of themselves, and it's just part of feminine nature. So, if you can highlight their
I'm familiar with.
listen, don't cut me off. I'm on a roll right now. Listen, okay,
Yeah, I apologize. Go ahead.
okay. So, what I'm trying to tell you is this: let her know her value. Let her like show her how you see her in your eyes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And express it to her. And here's another thing. This is deeply, deeply seductive and also like very, very, very rewarding because you can just honestly let her know, like, look, this is why I like you. Like you're cute, you're funny, you are quiet when I need you to be quiet. I love the way you cook my clothes, cook my clothes, cook my food, fold my clothes, whatever the case may be. I like how you're caring. Like there's a girl that I'm dating, and I just love how when I tell her to do something and she understands the task fully, she does it really well. And there's no bullshit, there's no talking back, none of that garbage. Like if I say, "Hey, I need you to take my dog to the cleaner at this place. Here's the money for the Uber or the taxi because the taxi is in Japan. Here's the money for the taxi. Here's the money for the dog. Here's the money for this. I need done here and here and here." And she does it, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, God, you are amazing. Thank you so much. And thanks for not killing my dog in the process because some of these people can't even do something as simple as take my dog to the groomer and like don't have any trouble on the way there and back. So let them know. And it doesn't have to be acts of service. It could be physical, like, or it could be emotional. It could be their personality. And just letting them know, like, again, praise and recognition. Okay. And if you look at like Pavlovian conditioning, the power of praise is like infinitely better than the power of punishment.
Uh, yes, I understand what you're outlining, and you're absolutely correct. My concern with following up with these expressions of insecurity with compliments, like you've outlined,
Mhm.
is that I don't want them to think that it's okay to prompt or like fish for compliments. I seldomly provide praise, so when I do compliment them or like let them know that they've done something really well, it's met with like a really um, like elate. It's like they're like elated essentially to receive that
Well, listen,
from me, which
brother,
is
let me ask you something. How old are you, big guy?
I'm 35.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, it's time to put some grown man game on you. Look, women are gonna seek validation in a relationship from you. It's normal. And guess what? If you don't give it to them, they're gonna go look for it elsewhere. It's human nature.
Okay.
You're 35. If you're lucky enough to date a 24-year-old and 29 at the same time, bro. I mean, there's obviously you're a valuable man if you're pulling this off, but you do like these women are not like robots. They're not like slaves. They are coming to you. They're giving you time, affection, sexual attention, whatever, right? you got to reciprocate something. You don't want to be a parasite. You don't want to be someone draining people and using them to your life and just dumping them off like these objects. Let them know, like, hey, I mean, that's just normal. If I had an employee and he was doing great all the time, and then I was just like, never said anything to him, it would be way less effective than if I had an employee, which I do, and I often call my contractors, my editing team, and I call them. I'm like, dude, thank you. You are killing it. I love you. Please don't leave. I'm gonna work on giving you a raise. I seriously appreciate you so much. And there's been studies that show this often. I mean, time and time again, bro.
Where do you draw the line, MLD, as far as like sort of crossing it to, sort of bigging them up all the time?
Yeah, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. But look, here's the thing.
Okay.
Remember the philosophy of me and Justin. I was learned from Justin Mark, right? And it's this: my cup is full. My cup is full. I don't need to take to you. I am the one who adds value. I am the one. My cup runneth over, like the Bible says, right? I have an abundance. I don't need anything from you. I will give you value, woman. I will give the value to you, right? However, if it does get to the point where you are feeling drained and you're feeling like, yeesh, I can't do this, well, then that's when you need to draw the line in the sand. That's the big thing there.
Okay.
You'll know. You'll feel it. You'll feel it when it starts draining you. You'll feel it.
Okay. And when it begins to drain me, like, is it fair to say that some women are just like endless wells of this? Like they just want it constantly poured into them?
Yes.
And is there like a method to like identify that as well?
You'll start feeling drained. You will start feeling emotionally drained. And when you start feeling it, that's when you need to sit down and have a little come to Jesus talk with them.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you so much for your insight.
You're
really
welcome.
Appreciate you. Look to you as a mentor.
Yeah, thank you, man. And you must be very successful at your age to be pulling in these kind of babes. So keep up the good work, my man.
And I owe it all to gentlemen like you, Andrew Tate, Myron Fresh, etc. Rollo Tomasi.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy. You take care of yourself. Peace out. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a quick clip. Because I'm looked like I'm very critical of women. Let's be honest, okay. But that being said, not that my opinion matters to her, but I really love Layla Hormozi. Layla Hormozi is a fucking gangster, and she's a degenerate. Like she was a degenerate. Like she has just gone through it all. Watch this real quick.
Who do you think is more likely to take out the trash? The husband, who every time he takes out the trash, his wife thanks him and praises him for doing so, or the husband that every time the trash isn't taken out, the wife punishes him for not taking out the trash. And then when he does, she really says nothing. Which one do you think is more likely to take out the trash again? Probably the husband whose wife reinforces the fact that he just took out the trash. Mary Kay Ash has said there's two things that people want more than sex and money, and that is recognition and praise. Recognition reinforces behavior. The more you reward someone or recognize a behavior they're doing, the more likely they are to do that thing again and again and again. There are two ways to get people to do things: punishment and there's praise. I think I was like 21 or 22. I worked at a big Globo gym. The first manager I had was fantastic. He always was rewarding us and congratulating us on our success. And he very seldom used punishment to direct our behavior. Because of that, we were the top performing gym in the entire state. When he left and a new manager came, all he did was yell at the entire team and inflict fear in us. He told us what would happen if we didn't hit quota, and if we didn't bring in new clients, which was basically fire us, if we didn't do what he wanted us to do. What I saw over the next few months, one, I left, but two, what people did before they left, they took their clients, slowly sifting their people from the gym, getting them to go to private facilities, and doing it all behind his back. We went from the top performing gym to one of the lowest performing ones in the region under his leadership. People were more scared of the consequences that he would inflict if they didn't do what he wanted them to do than they were excited to do things because they were recognized for what they did right. Punishment may temporarily cause compliance by somebody, but they will find ways to avoid punishment and not do what you want them to do. And so what really happens is that that employee, that kid, that teammate gets more skilled at avoiding punishment than doing the job how you want them to do it.
Yep.
The kid learns how to make his room look clean by hiding all the clothes under the bed rather than actually cleaning his room. The employee learns how to make it look like they did a full day's worth of work rather than actually doing a full day's worth of work. If we want to get people to work harder, we need to reward them rather than punish them. Listen, this was not something.
And this is the same thing when it comes to women and dating and relationships. Like, you know, that's a great video. Go check it out. How to motivate anyone to do what you want. Layla Hormozi. Check it out after me. But dude, women are still the same, guys. Like, you guys have to understand, women have feelings. Women are humans too. And you can't just be like, hey, bitch, like, I'm a red pill alpha male, ho, like, do what I say, or you're next. You're back to the streets you belong. No, it doesn't work like that. If a woman is taking care of you, you should take care of her. Okay. And by no means am I defending simping or anything like that. But what I am saying is that if you think that you're just going to get into a relationship and take from somebody, one, that's toxic as fuck. Two, it's only a matter of time before that person wises up and leaves you. And if they don't wise up and leave you, they probably have a lot of mental problems going on that are just going to fuck you up anyways.